All right, I think we should be up and running. Get this going full screen here and pull up some of what I needed. Are we looking good? Get over to the chat. Stream is healthy. Good. Suppose I should shut that, huh? Okay. All right. How's everybody doing? How's the stream looking here? I am actually encoding a video right now, so that may be causing things to be a little wonky, possibly. I don't know. What am I doing here? Trying to find my way into my comments. There we go. So I figured what I would do while I'm waiting for the video that I'm compressing for my other YouTube channel, Tech Uploaded, to finish compressing, that I would just hang out a little bit, read some comments, because I actually kind of screwed up, and I left my phone sitting, and I don't know what I did, and somehow my Gmail app wasn't pushing notifications. So for basically the whole weekend, I wasn't getting notifications on emails. So I don't know what the deal was there. But anyway, I got behind on comments. Is long story short, basically what I'm trying to say here. So I'm going to go through some of them. Okay, good. Someone says working fine. That's good. I'm pushing my system. It's probably not very happy with me right now. Although the fans actually aren't spinning up as much as I thought they were going to. What's up, gents? Good to see you here. Yeah, stream health, it says it's good. So a lot better than when I tried to do. I tried to do a Facebook Live thing on my other channel, and that didn't go well at all. I don't know what the story was with that, but yeah. But anyway, so I'm perusing through the comments here just to see if there are any actual questions on any of the videos. Let's see, one of them on the eLeaf iStick Pico. By the way, one of the things I'm going to do, I've been getting a lot of questions, especially in my email, asking me which starter kit I recommend the most. There's so many of them out there, but the two that seem to be coming up the most are the Pico, obviously, because I did the review on it. And then people are asking a lot about the, top box set that you can get from Kanger with their new top tank. And then they've got that new mod. I think it's a 75 watt TC mod. And it's very close to basically the device that the iStick Pico, kind of is. So I guess that's why I'm getting that question so much. But I do have one of those in to take a look at as well. Plus, I do have the one in, I think it's from Joytech as well, to take a look at, because I actually really like that mod, not so much the tank. But anyway, let's see here. I just bought an iStick Pico 75 watt. Tried it once I unboxed it, but after that, when I tried it again, I couldn't vape because smoke was so hard that it burns the throat. Unsmokable, don't know why. I changed the wattage down. Same, can't vape with it. Don't know what could be the problem. My guess would be on this question is the coil isn't wicking properly. And I have found with the Milo 3 tank that sometimes I do have an issue with enough juice getting to the coil, especially when I switch out coils in that Milo 3. I will put the Triton Clapton coil in there, and it sometimes takes half an hour or more for that coil to really get to a point where it's wicked to the point where it's not burning. And kind of from what this is sounding like, that sounds like that may be the issue. I don't know that the coil is wicking. All right, let's see. LOL, what's going on in here? It's all cloudy and smells like fruit. Yeah. Yep, that was a classic at work. People would come in and ask me that a lot. What's the least leak-prone RTA in your opinion? That's a good question. To be honest, the one that leaks the least for me, good afternoon, ads. Good to see you. And thanks, Jen. Yes, happy to be continuing with Tech Uploaded. That's actually what's encoding in the background right now is the NZXT Noctis 450 video. The RTA I've had that leaks the least out of all of them so far has been the weird, thing I did with the with the Aspire Cleto. That Cleto RTA, when it's you put that in there and you get that tank extension, even though there's no juice flow control in that setup, I find that one leaks the absolute least. Behind that, probably the Heracles RTA, the Heracles and the Heracles RTA 2. They will go a couple of days and not give me any trouble. My hair's kind of crazy. I went outside and it was like super windy, so screw it. The Heracles RTAs, even though they're very similar to a lot of other ones out there, they seem to behave the best for me for whatever reason. But every couple of days I'll look down and there's like a little bit of juice coming out. No idea why. I think if it just sits too long, it gets pissed. Let's see what else here. 0.5 ohms of stainless steel. Let's see, went through those. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, this guy, one guy I was emailing with a lot because the thing I don't like about the YouTube comment system is if you don't have your settings right, I can't reply to you. So, if I go into just the community section, I don't know that right away. Let's see here. Ad said something. My UD Goblin sat for 5 weeks, filled with dual coils, not a drop. That's good. The Goblin and I don't have a good relationship. I don't know what it is about the Goblin. At least the Goblin Mini and the Mini V2. I don't know if I just can't get it wicked right or what my problem is with it, but we just don't have a good relationship, and I've just learned to accept that. I've just dealt with it. I know a lot of people love it, but yeah. What was I saying? Oh, if I go into the community setting and I'm like typing replies to all these different things, and I get this the most. I got something on my nose. I get this the most on my other channel because there's a lot more subscribers on that channel, and I try to just plow through the comments, in that page because it's easier for me that way. And then like half of them won't submit, and it's really annoying. And then when I go to the video to try to reply, then it says message can't be sent. It's because the settings aren't set in Google Plus correctly for that particular person. That's really annoying. I hate that. So what I'm going to be doing today, and I'm going to have to go to the manual settings on the webcam because the focus gets freaked out. The Coilart Mage RTA. Hey, look at that. When I go manual, it actually looks decent. So I'm going to be building this. I just figured we'd play around with this a little bit. I'm going to stay out of focus for a minute because I'm going to keep showing stuff. So there is the box, really, really basic here. Not a whole lot going on. I think this was on sale really, really cheap. So I just said, forget it. I'll buy it. Why not? Let's see here. What comes in here? It looks like you get the fancy tool and then the glass. And it looks like you get a vape band. So that's cool. Little bonus. Yeah, this is going to be one of these that's going to drive me crazy because I'm not going to be able to put it back in the container. This is a really kind of cheap packaging here. And then, wow, they really cram this in here. All the different O-rings. Looks like you have different color options. That's cool. That's cool. Let's see here. Got some stuff in the chat going on. Mr. Fubble? Is that right? Question. I'm sure you get asked a lot. I see the special coils. So you have a basic coil, a single wire. What's the real difference with these crazy coils? What's the most effective? Yeah, ads is, kind of got it there. The crazy coils that you see, especially on Instagram, props to those people for one thing, because some of those builds I see are just insane. But like for instance, like with a Clapton, the Clapton's nice because it holds a lot of juice, and you get a little bit more flavor that way. The downside of that is you also tend to get spit back sometimes with the Clapton coils. Anything beyond the Clapton isn't a bit overkill. The AdSense video, you have 300 frames per second honored. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You've got these really crazy coils, and I've used, I guess I can go back and focus now, huh? I've used, what was the one I used? I used a pre-built Alien coil that I got, and I didn't see a huge difference between that and just a Clapton coil. So I pretty much, for me, Clapton's about as far as I go. But I do have mad respect for the people that can do those really crazy coils. I actually really just like doing 22 and 24 gauge builds, and a lot of times I just do spaced. And the reason I do those spaced coil builds is this hair is really, really crazy. The reason I do those spaced coil builds is they're easy and they're consistent. So when I'm doing reviews, it's nice to be using the same coil system over and over again as far as the build goes, because then I kind of get a consistent feel. Let's see. Let's go back to actually looking at this device, and I'm gonna have to go back out of focus. So here is the Mage. Did I get that name wrong? Yeah, it's the Mage. I think it's a Mega. The Mage RTA, 24 millimeters. Let's see. Can I get the focus better on this? I'm having to. I don't trust my webcam one bit to autofocus, but yeah, there it is, Mage. There you go. All right. Let me go ahead and unscrew this bad boy. I'm guessing that everything just kind of... Okay. So there is the top piece. Just kind of took that off, you can see. And there we go. There we go. And I don't know if this piece unscrews. Yep, it does. I was going to say, I would hope it does. It's better be top fill. There's the top fill area. So nice and convenient. The reason I ended up getting this was I had the Moonshot, and that was really, really, really frustrating to build in. I really liked how it looked, but boy, building in that thing was tough. It was I got it done, but it was one of those things where like I just didn't want to rebuild it. The props on getting my name right. Well, that's good. I'm glad I got it right. I almost said Mr. Furball, but that's because I have a cat, and that's just where my head goes. Okay, so I unscrewed the top portion there, and then you do have the velocity style deck. Thank Lord. That will make this easy. And then you just got the airflow right there down the center. So pretty easy. Looks like wicking should be pretty straightforward on this as well. You just got the holes along the side there to make sure that you line up, and then this looks like it lines up like so. Yeah, this should all be pretty straightforward. This is going to be one of those, I bet, where the entire thing pops out. Does this pop out or not? Because I know that some of these, they do that. This one seems to be actually staying put. Interesting. You get some of those, let me line it up. Some of those RDAs where the entire base section or the build deck comes out of the base, and that's kind of annoying to me, because then when you go to actually build on it, it's like you're trying to hold it, and it's just not good. Let's see. Question stems from, I'm getting an RTA and don't know whether to just do a simple one-wire coil build or buy Clapton. Yeah, it's really personal preference as far as that goes. I mean, I've got devices like the Serpent Mini that are single coil that I love, and they run just fine on a single coil. And then I've got, a lot of my RTAs like this one, are really well suited for dual coil, but you can do really simple dual coil. I'm going to do a really simple build in here and just kind of go with that. Who is backing up a giant truck? It may get noisy. I think someone's about to get some lawn service done. But yeah, I really like the dual coil experience in most RTAs, but that doesn't mean you absolutely have to do that every time. So I'm going to actually get this unscrewed again. Yeah, boy, somebody's really got a loud lawnmower out there. It's raining too. Not really a sensible time to be cutting your grass. So I've got the Coil Master kit here. I'll show that. always convenient. Always like having that around. 24 millimeter addies look dumb on my IPv3. Yes, that is the downside to the 24 millimeter addies. They can look kind of stupid. Some people are going all the way up to these like 30 millimeter plus addies. Those are crazy. I don't understand it. So I've got 24 gauge Canthal that came in here, so I think I'm just going to do that. Let's see, about how many wraps am I probably going to be able to get in here realistically. I'll probably just do my usual 7 wraps spaced, I think. Why not? 25% done on my encode. Hey Mo. Thanks, the next big reviewer. Yeah, if us reviewers are still around after we get through the August 8th nonsense and the FDA. But I won't get on my rant on that right now because I could go on and on and on. Let's see, can I do a 3 mil in this or am I going to do 2.5? Getting my Coil Master kit out. Boy, they make those hard to read. I pulled the 2 out. 152, 253. Okay, I see how it's working. All right. I'm going to do 2.5. 3 is going to cut it a little close, I think. We'll do 2.5. Why not? Why not? All right. What time is it? Oh, it's 4:07. I really haven't eaten much today, I gotta say. What do you think of the Coil Master? I see a lot of people saying they're cheap, easily breakable tools. To be honest with you, everything in this Coil Master kit, of everything in the kit, the thing that I use the most is this coil wrapping tool. Everything else is just like a nice bonus to have to travel with, but I actually do have better pliers and better wire snips and a better screwdriver kit that I bought separately off of Amazon that I use to do most of my builds, but I just wanted to grab and go with this one today, so I grabbed it. The scissors in here are pretty cheap too, but again, they're portable, so that's a plus. But the coil wrapping tool is really nice, so I do enjoy having that in the kit. I've actually got 2 sets of these. They just make life easier. But yeah, the kit is more convenience than anything else. But I've yet to have anything break, so I can't say that. I can't help but feel like I could break it if I'm not careful. But sometimes I get careless, so that's my fault. V2 jig since release works like new over a year later. Yeah, the coil jig, man, I'm telling you, that is worth its weight in gold. It really, really is. Makes life so much easier. Boy, this is really... See, speaking of cheap, the way this coil is wrapped on this thing is not great. Alright. It's like loading a weed whacker. Just give me some coil! Trying to get this back in here is going to be fun. I think I've pulled substantially more than I need at this point. What are you going to do? Oh, yeah, this is pretty much screwed. Okay, so... Whatever. How am I going to get this back? Okay. Got one side locked. Kinda. Let's see if I can get this side over. I just want to get it enough to get it back in the kit. I think I might be close. Let's see. Can I pull it? Can I pull it? Oh, I think we're going to make it. Ah, there we go. Wow, okay. Mental note. Don't use that again. Something made a weird noise. Oh, it was my phone. Follow people, blah, blah, blah. Thanks, Twitter. Thanks for spamming me. Okay, so that was ugly just to get some wire. It was way more involved than it really needed to be. So, just going to cut that. Thanks so much for answering my questions. I'm off different time zones. See you later, Mr. Fubbles. See ya. Have a good rest of your day. All right. Time to do some wrapping. I tell you, the people that get their lawns cut here always intrigue me because they're not very big. And they come out with these massive lawnmowers, and they get done in like 15 minutes. If they just cut it themselves, they could be done in like half an hour. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And get the pliers. Stuff is in there nice and tight, I'll give them that, in this Coil Master kit. So I'm just pulling the wires apart and pushing them back together again to give me a nice space build. And then what I like to do on these coils is just give myself an extra wrap on both sides, and I just pull one of the wraps out. So I'm going to do that with this one. And then do it again over here. Come on, come on. There we go. And just make sure my math is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. How is this going to look in here? Do you like RDAs? I do like RDAs. I'm just, I tend to be kind of a lazy vapor, so when RTAs came along, it kind of made my day. Because it was the best of both worlds for me. I didn't like spending money on coils all the time, so I was happy when they kind of found that happy medium that bridged the gap. For me, that was a good thing. But yeah, I like my favorite RDA lately has been the Tugboat 24. It's just easy to build, loving the flavor I get out of it. That and the dot mods. Really enjoying my dot mod as well. All right, little drink, little vape. By the way, I'm vaping on the Crown 2 right now because I'm preparing to do the review for this. And I really wanted to vape on this for a while before I do the review because I'm seeing very mixed reviews. Some people are really enjoying it. I think Mike Vapes did a review on it, and he liked it quite a bit, and I've seen other reviewers say it was pretty good too. Maybe Vaping with Twisted liked it as well, I can't recall. And then I saw Rip Trippers just like rail on it, and I'm like, well, you know, I'm not going to get into the vape drama, but I'm always taking things with a grain of salt on his channel, although he is one of the YouTubers that got me off of smoking, so I still have to give a little bit of respect for that. My drip tip's getting crummy. But, you know, and indoor smokers, he loves everything that he looks at. So, but I'm running this through its paces because so far it was a little weird tasting for the first 15 hits or so. And then it was fine and pretty much right on par with the Crown. So I'm just going to keep running through this coil until I get to the point where it starts to get weird because I want to see if I can make this tank do something that makes me not like it. Let's see, Moses just asking, I just got the goon, I'm excited. Very cool. Yes, RDAs are awesome because they are a really, really good way to experiment with different builds, and they're a hell of a lot easier to work with than RTAs if you're just getting into building because you don't have to worry about the wicking so much. You just kind of lay the cotton in there and it's a lot more forgiving. And you're really going to be hard-pressed to get better flavor out of anything but a dripper. I mean, it's you really can't beat that flavor. Whenever I get a new juice, I always do you know, I clean off the coil, dry burn it, clean it, put new cotton in, and then try that flavor out actually using an RDA, because then I know what the flavor profile should be, and then I know when I'm using a tank or something how close that tank is actually getting to what that experience really should be with that particular flavor profile. I'm using a juice that I use a lot, and this one, this is Loopy, and like I said, it seems just fine. Good vapor production. It's a 0.25 ohm coil. It's reading 0.24, 75 watts, 4.24 volts. The coil's rated 60 to 100, but I've never taken my crowns really all that high. I don't feel that you need to. No use to shorten the coil life for no reason. So I'm just clipping my leads here on my space build. I probably could have went 8 wraps, but I don't like to overshoot the first time I'm building something. Kind of undershoot usually just to be safe. And where's my thing? Now, oh, black on black. I'm losing track of my parts here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's actually 9, the way that I wrapped it. So pull, squeeze, and then pull out 2 of the wraps, 1 on both sides. So there's 1 on that side, and 1 on, got a little too much coil there. Snagging, there we go. And make sure we are at 7, we are. I want to make sure I'm even on my number of builds. So how's everybody doing today? What is today? It's Tuesday? I'm on a weird schedule right now, so I'm kind of losing track of, yeah, Tuesday, what day of the week it is. Got some time off, so enjoying it. Enjoying it very, very much. Good time of year to have some time to myself and time to kind of focus on running 2 channels, because that can be a challenge in itself. All right, so the only downside to not having my full screwdriver set here is I don't have my usual 2.5 millimeter screwdriver, and I don't have my favorite tool. Darn it. I have a one, I don't remember what RDA it was, but it came with a really, really nice Allen tool, and it's become the one that I use all the time. I just leave all the other ones in the box, but I didn't bring it in here with me, so I'm stuck with this one. So let me go ahead and open up those holes there. This is riveting. Riveting entertainment. See, I think they're already done mowing that grass. I just don't get that. It's not like the people around me are old. All right, so I am going to take my coil, and I can show you the coil here. Let me change my zoom again, or my focus, and see if I can get that. So yeah, there's my really basic coil that I'm doing there, just a standard 24 gauge, 7 wrap spaced, nothing too crazy at all whatsoever. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick that in the side. 7 wraps does line up really nicely with those post holes on this particular deck. So that's good. That's always nice when things work out. Since I did do a 2.5 millimeter build, I've got plenty of room to play with here, so don't need to be too precise. Switch the screwdriver side over here. This would probably be easier if I was doing this with this actually on a mod, but you know, whatever. We'll make it work. Not going for precision here by any means. Just getting the coil in there. That's the beauty of using a spaced coil, is you can be a little bit sloppy. It doesn't really matter. All right, pull that up. That's looking pretty good actually, considering I just kind of slammed it in there. So yeah, zoom again, or focus I should say, whatever. I'm all over the place. Yeah, so there you go. Got that in there, got a little bit of lag on the focus, but yeah, looking pretty good. Just gotta clip my leads. Shaping up nicely. There's cat hair all over this desk, and it's getting in my face. Speaking of which, I'm surprised the cat's not in here. Let's see, how's the stream doing? Check the stream health here. Let's see, good. Audio is bitrate 92 is lower than recommended. Recommend using audio of 128. Whatever. You guys will get by with my audio bitrate. You'll be fine. Alright. Snip. I always have to keep a sheet of paper or a paper towel or something around just to put my leads and extra coil and stuff on. So we got about 5 people watching here. I know it's kind of a weird time of day to be streaming in the middle of the day. on a weekday, but figured why not. So other than the goon, anybody else got anything exciting lately? Anything fun that you're looking forward to building or have built, or any sub-ohm tanks or anything along those lines? Like I said, the only real sub-ohm tank experience I've had lately has just been playing around with that Crown version 2, but so far it hasn't really been earth-shattering. It's pretty much been like the Crown. All right, tighten that down. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to get this coil in place, so I'm kind of focused on that at the moment. Just at least get it screwed in so I can play with it a little bit. I'm using this kind of crappy Allen key, so Allen wrench, whatever. All right, there we go. The thing I like about the other one is some of those Allens stick when you actually get them in the screws. And the one that came with the one RDA I have didn't stick at all. It was actually really nice. So I like using that one. Okay, so it looks like that's coming together pretty well. Feeling pretty good about that. Not gonna lie. Feeling pretty good. Let's clip these leads. But yeah, I am going to do, like I said, I'm going to kind of do a couple more starter kit reviews just to kind of address those channels. Not channels, but questions I'm getting on the channel. It's mostly emails that I'm actually getting, which I actually like when I get the emails because I catch those more than I do the comments. But starter kits seem to be the big question right now. So it's looking pretty good. See, Jens, I'm still here. All right, man. Time is 22. Oh, man, so it's 10:20 there. Yep, Sweden. Very cool. Well, thanks for joining. At least I'm not catching in the middle of the workday, which I'm doing for most people here in the U.S. Let me go ahead and show this build so far here. So yeah, got the dual coils on there. Am I too close? Am I too far? There we go. So yeah, looking pretty good. Got them over the airflow. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut some cotton, do some wicking. Let's see. So, Jens, I know you're a tech uploaded guy. Girl, guy, gal, I don't know. Which one is it? But anyway, very excited to bring Tech Uploaded back. Got a lot of stuff coming. Noctua sent some stuff. Got a couple other things coming. Looks like I'm going to go with the Asus X99A2 for the motherboard. So all the components are kind of coming together. The thing that's actually holding me up is the GPU because nobody really has any in stock right now that I want to use in the system. I'm going back and forth between 1070 and 1080. And trying to find one of those that's not completely marked up insanely is not fun right now. Not fun at all. So now I've got to get these crazy scissors out. I'm too lazy to rewick today, so I'm using my Crixus tank. How you liking that tank? The ceramic, that's the ceramic one if I remember correctly. I've got one, I haven't busted it out in a while though. I think I've still got the same juice in it that I did when I did the review for it. I think I did a review on that. I just saw that, I think it was Twisted 420 did a video on a tank that was ceramic, and he was really raving about how good it was. I'm a guy. Okay, good. That was my assumption. I'm just figuring my demographic for Tech Uploaded is like 95% men, so I figured that was probably the case. So I've just cut some cotton, peeling a layer off of it. And then I'm going to do my usual twist both ends and cut it in half kind of thing. Good flavor. Coils get brittle after about 50 rewicks. Yeah, I can't remember if it was the Crixus or if it might have been one of the other ones. basically I shot the first coil when I went to clean it the first time because I forgot to turn down the wattage, and it just shattered on me right away. But I can't remember if it was that or if it was the tug tank. But it was one of them, and it was my fault, totally my fault. But you live and you learn. The glass gets too hot to touch if you chain vape it. Yeah. That was the one thing I noticed about those coil tanks is you can throw some serious wattage at them once you actually get the cotton on them to keep them wet. And they do get pretty darn warm. That was an issue I was having with, what tank was I using? Oh, you know what it was? The TFV4. I remember that one. There was one coil you could get for that was like literally four individual coils, and they were Claptons. So I think to run that at something where it would vape to a decent degree, was... I don't remember what the wattage was. I want to say it was like 85 or 90, which was well within the range for that particular coil, but the voltage was 6.9 volts, and that's insane. I never vape with anything nearly that high on the voltage, but I had to push it that hard in order to actually vape it, and that got so freaking hot after just a couple of pulls that you couldn't touch the tank, or it would burn like the side of your finger. Yeah, when I do Clapton builds especially, I like to run around anywhere between 5 and 6 is usually where I like to be on Clapton builds, because those take a little bit of time to ramp up, and I find when you get the voltage a little higher, that helps. I'm actually going to shut down the Vapor Flask Stout and screw on this RTA. It's going to be a little big for the Vapor Flask, but that's all right. It'll look a little stupid. I don't care. I've got my reloads I can bust out later. So pulling the cotton through. I know you can't really see this on the webcam, but it's doing some wicking. Haven't wicked this one before, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Am I gonna get it? Yep, whoop, made it through. 2.5 millimeter coil. Sometimes it's a little bit of a mission to get that wrap tight enough to get it through. All right, so I've got the wicking in there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pop on the top so I can kind of eyeball where I need to be at here on the length for these particular cotton wicks. Get that on there. Get on there, buddy. Okay, did I line up? This is one of those where you gotta line up the freaking thing. There we go. Had it in just a little bit off. And this cotton is being kind of thick. There we go. You in there? Are you in there? Am I lined up? I don't know. Hell, I can't tell. See, I think now because I screwed into the mod, now it's not wanting to screw this. TFV4 X Cube 2. Yeah, the thing about the TFV4 is there's so many freaking coils for the thing. Because I used a dual Clapton and it leaked, and then the quad Clapton didn't, and then I had another quad coil that was fine, so I've had mixed experiences, and I've had people tell me, like, I don't know why you like the TFV4, and then other people, I don't know why you dislike it. I'm like, I never said I liked it or disliked it. I just think there's a lot of different coil options for us all. All right, so it looks like these coils are going to come up over the edge here. So I'm just going to take a shot, and I'm going to just cut the coils right off at the top and see how that goes. My Ethereum setup gets hotter. I run 11 watts, 20 gauge, 5 millimeter single coil. Yeah, well, yeah, the 20 gauge, I imagine that really retains some serious heat. That 20 gauge wire probably holds heat for quite a while. All right, just kind of snipping them here. This is just a total shot in the dark on wicking this. See how it goes. All right, where's my screwdriver? Where's my little flathead? There we go. I'm just gonna kind of stuff those wicks down in there. I'm not going to really put them in real tight. I'm just going to get them in front of the juice flow. Just going to stuff them down in there a little bit. I don't want to pack them in by any means. So there we go. All right. Everybody seems pretty happy. I've got, let me do the focus again. Kind of got that, oh, can you see that? Yeah, there you go. So I've got the wicking holes pretty much covered, and then the cotton is down in there. So we should be good. Usually I do a test fire, but I'm feeling pretty confident in this particular build. So I'm just going to put some juice on it. Just got a little bit of hug juice left over from Mount Baker Vapor, so go ahead and use some of that and juice her up. See if everything's looking good. Drip some of that in there. Drip, drip, drip. Drip, drip, drip. Try not to make too much of a mess. Enough in there so I don't burn it. Mine has never leaked. I think it's awesome, but I still smoke cigarettes. Well, are you cutting down at least, Jens? Because that's the key. That is the key. As long as you're cutting back, then you're heading in the right direction. Because when I first started vaping, I was still smoking a little bit as well. All right, 0.25 ohms, 4.33 volts, 75 watts. Looking pretty good. I think we're in business. All right, I'm gonna fill up. Looks like I just screw this piece back on. Close off the airflow since there's no juice flow control, and unscrew this drip tip / cap. If you don't like this, you're screwed. Because you're pretty much you're using that. I don't know if you could stick a drip tip, a 510 in the top of here. Yeah, you can. You can put a 510 in this drip tip. So if you don't like this drip tip, you can stick another drip tip in the drip tip. There we go. Put that back on the crown. And go ahead and dump some juice in here. I switched to vaping after smoking 11 years, cigarette-free 4 days now. The K3V bomb, congratulations. That's awesome. That is awesome. It has been, I think, over a year for me at this point. So, and both of my parents have done it as well, which is awesome. And my mom's actually the one that got me started on vaping. So, go figure. And I was using a little like Ego T, little crappy Ego battery with a little teeny tiny tank. Boy, it was terrible looking back on it now, but it worked. Then I went from that to the Nautilus was the first tank I really used for a long time. That and iStick, and that's really what kind of solidified it for me. All right, so I have put some juice in the tank. Kind of see if we're getting bubbles or anything. I don't see anything, so hopefully we're not packed in there too tight with the wicking. But there it is, the finished product there. So we'll see how the make sure I get the name right. See how the Mage goes. It's a hell of a lot easier to build than the Moonshot, that's for sure. So it is hanging over a little bit on this particular one. Let's see. Thing is that I never smoke when I'm alone, but when I'm with friends, yeah, that was always my thing. When I stopped drinking is when I quit smoking. Really, that helped a lot because it was the same thing. It was the social environment and having a couple of cocktails and hanging out with people. That would always spark the wanting to smoke thing in me. But now I've actually got a lot of people to convert over to vaping, so that makes things a little bit easier. All right, let's give this thing a shot. That was a warm vape for 4.33 volts. Probably given the short distance it's traveling. Came in right at 0.25 ohms though. It's pretty much spot on. That's another reason I like that particular build is it's really predictable. with those spaced coils. But yeah. Good flavor. Trying to see if we're wicking and all. I really wasn't paying attention when I first filled it, which probably wasn't smart. Well, I don't see any wicking happening, but it's also not dry hitting, so that's good. The other good thing about this Coilmaster setup is it's really easy to keep track of all your stuff when you're done, to put it all away. Excuse me. Ego T, it was so bad when I switched. Yeah. The Nautilus was like a breath of fresh air. Let's see here. K3V Bomb. My bro works at a vape shop, so he set me up with a Terra Tuner Watt, Espresso, Smock TFE4 Mini. That's a nice setup. Just sucks I had to buy battery, charger, and no port. Yeah. That is the bummer. My parents haven't switched over yet to anything that requires like an 18650 that doesn't have a port, but I'm waiting for the day that happens, because then it's going to be a whole nother explaining things situation. They're just amazed with all the stuff that I have. They're like, why do you have so many chargers? I'm like, look, I've got numerous mods that use 3 18650s. Sometimes they need to be charging 6 batteries at once. What can I say? All right, put everything away. It's nice too. It comes with this little holster for all your different size tips to go in here. This Coilmaster jig, it really is nice. That alone makes it worth the price of entry. You can buy it separately too, though, so don't feel like you have to buy the whole kit just to get that by any means. All right. Well, that was successful. Really good flavor on this. That's what I like about these short tanks. They're kind of annoying because you have to fill them a lot. What is it? This claims that it holds 3.5 milliliters. I don't know that I'm buying that. Maybe it does. It is 24 millimeters, so it could. The downside is you have to fill them more often, but the flavor really is nice. It gets you closer to that RTA experience because you're getting closer to the coils. It's just I'm not seeing it wicking, but it's not dry hitting. I'm perplexed by that. Ego twist and a DCT tank. Oh man. Yeah, Ryan. That's rough. Yeah, the old egos. I'm telling you though, man, that was the thing. I remember I had a couple of Cardos and things like that too for when I was trying out new flavors. How is this thing not? It's almost too warm. I might tame it down a little bit. Let's go down to 70. 70 is probably good. Maybe we'll do 68. Yeah, we'll try 68. That's 4.12. That's better. It's not dry hitting, but I'm not seeing bubbles. Weird. Excuse me. I'm still getting over a cold. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but when you're just getting over a cold, vaping's really rough on you. It really is. Let's see. One question. I mostly vape now at my computer, which is directly to the right of my monitor. Funny you should say that. Computer is right here. Like, I'm touching it right now. That any chance that can cause problems with my rig? I don't think so. I've been vaping next to my computer for over a year. I sit here and chain vape when I'm editing videos. The air intake fans are right in front of me. If I grab the webcam and move it, you can see right there. There's the computer, and I've vaped, and you can see the vape going through the machine, and it's been fine. So I think you'll be just all right. Yeah, Ryan, 2012 vaping was a dark place. That's what's really scary about the FDA stuff, trying to take us back to 2007. When you think back to that, I'd never even heard of vaping for a couple of years after that. The very first thing I ever vaped was a Cigalike from Green Smoke, and it was awful. It was so bad. And I thought, screw this, I'm going back to smoking. And it wasn't until that Ego Twist, Ego T, that I actually finally was able to start cutting back. And it wasn't until I got onto like the Nautilus tanks and stuff that I was really able to cut back to like 2 or 3 cigarettes a day. And then from there I was able to quit entirely. But yeah, going back to 2007 would be terrible. So hopefully we can avoid that. I should probably be drinking water and not this energy drink. I'm going to be wired. I've been on this weird schedule now where I'm doing like 11 a.m. to like 3 and 4 in the morning. Because I edit and stuff better at night when people aren't calling and interrupting me. And a lot of times I'll shoot the vape reviews, especially the up-close portions. I'll do those at night just so I don't get interrupted. So I tend to be a night owl. I don't do well with the 9 to 5 situation. Really liking this little guy. I paid like $20 for this. It was on sale. I don't even remember where I got it, but I picked it up, and it was one of those impulse buys that just arrived one day, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I ordered that. But yeah, my vape setup stuff's getting a little out of control. I probably need to cut back a little bit. But now I have an excuse with the channel, so I think I started the channel just to give myself the excuse to keep buying vape stuff. But yeah, I'll have to do a review on this, an official review for anybody who wasn't on this or rewatching this live broadcast. Nautilus really is still good for a new vapor. It is, and actually the majority, I had like 3 Nautilus tanks. They're all with my dad now. He uses them, and I have a Kabuki, and I still use that for my mouth to lung along with my K-Fun. Because I have just a crap ton of Nautilus coils left over, and the Kabuki's really, really nice. It uses those coils really well. So I broke the glass on it, though, and I ordered new glass from like Fast Tech or somebody, and it took like 2 weeks to get them, and it finally came in, so that was good. K-Fun V5 came in. I haven't built on that yet, but I'm excited to give that a shot. Apparently it's a little bit of a departure from the usual K-Fun experience, so we'll see about that. So 68, let's try 71. It's kind of right in the middle. All right. So what are we at, 4.21? Yeah. Juice is definitely going down. Maybe this does hold 3.5 mil. Keeping up. It's just so strange. Usually you see the little bubbles. I'm obsessing over that. It's weird that it's not doing that. Excuse me. Too much vape. Getting that over vaping feeling. Let's see, what else? Boy, I've been at this for about an hour. Where's my video at? I am halfway there. So everybody's kind of questioning me over on my other channel, Tech Uploaded. I've got a 4790K in the system next to me, and everybody's like, why are you going with X99? And this is why. The encoding of my videos. It'll be very nice. I know for gaming it's not going to do a damn thing, but for actually encoding these videos, it's going to be really nice. So yeah. Yes, I do have Facebook. There's a Facebook page, obviously, for Tech Uploaded. There's not a Facebook page yet for CTownvapes, though. And then I do have a personal Facebook page as well. So I need to set one up for ctownvapes. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. I need to get on that. I really do. I have new gear collect, and I still have my Kanger sub-tank mini with the new RBA in rotation. Yes. Kanger, man, when they came out with that new RBA, that was a big deal. It was such a huge improvement to the one that they used to include. And the sub-tank, one of my favorite tanks for probably like 6 months. And in vape time, that's a really long time. And I actually really like, to this day, I still prefer the square, not the SSOCC coils, but just the old square vertical coils. So maybe I'm weird like that, but I've got a stockpile of those as well. I'm just surprised it took them as long as it did to come out with the top tank version of it, because the only downside to the sub tank was you always had a little bit of extra space when you would fill it, because you could never get the juice, just right, because they did have to leave a little bit of play in there, because Kanger didn't know if you're going to be putting in the RBA base or the square coil or the SSOCC round coil. So there's always, a little bit of wiggle room in there for how much they had to allow on the bottom fill. So when they came out with the top fill, it was really nice because you could get it all the way full. So what else? I don't think I have anything else in here at the moment. Do I have anything else in here? I don't think so. Let's see. I've got some forest berry juice. It's a little strong. I had to put an extra flavor shot in, and I think I overshot when I did that. So I'm going to dilute that a little bit with some VG. Go back over to the comments section, see if there's any interesting comments in there that I mixed. Someone said, "Baby, you're so hot, burning up, sweetie." That was on the iStick Pico review. Let's see. Thanks for sharing Beginner's Guide to Vaping. Tofo Conqueror. Yeah, the Conqueror, that is the weirdest tank when it comes to leaking. That one will go a whole day and just be fine. And I'll come back to it the next morning, and all of a sudden there'll be like juice coming out of the airflow. Strange. I don't understand why. But the flavor on that tank is fantastic. Let's see. Yeah, just watching. Thanks for the review. Like you, I still use my sub-tank mini quite a bit. So there's another sub-tank person. It's simple, reliable, and it has the RBA section in the box. Yes, and that new RBA is really nice. Found your channel. Love the K-Fun review. The nice thing about this channel is I don't get some of the really weirdo, crazy comments that I get on the other one. Recently discovered your channel, go-to channel. Well, thank you. I think for the most part, I've kept up for the most part with these comments in here. Nothing too crazy. I thought I had a funny comment in here at some point. Maybe not. Anyway, I'm surprised the computer's not freaking out more than it is with what's going on right now. Let's see. I love single coil setups mostly. The Serpent Mini is great. Yep. I haven't heard of this. The Chitulu? What? That's exotic sounding. Let's do a little Google foo. I guess I need to add the word tank. V2 RTA rebuildable tank atomizer. Vapor DNA. Okay, I think I've seen this before. I just didn't know that's what it was called. Interesting. So does it have? It comes with both build decks, the single coil and the velocity. That's nice. Looks like it's got a nice single coil deck too. Very similar deck to the K-Fun V5. I like the new single coil decks where you can just unscrew the screw, drop the coil in, and it like automatically stays in place, and you just tighten the screws back down. They've really nailed the single coil decks now, I think, in my opinion. And I enjoyed that new style. I like that. That's cool. How much is this thing? Not bad either on price. $40 in Vapor DNA, but they tend to run pretty high. There you go, 4.7 mil, 22 millimeters. So that must be a pretty tall tank. Here's a fill. Top tank. Here you go. Include 2 RBA decks. Nice. That's nice and versatile. How are the reviews on it? People seem to be liking it. Here's a party pooper. Very poorly designed juice flow control. Maybe you don't know what you're doing. Best tank I've tried. Good tank. Yeah, people seem to definitely be enjoying it. Where am I at? I'm clicking on the wrong stuff now. There's a V3. Well, rock my world. V3. Here's the direct website for it. No, I don't want to start playing a video. Wow, that's some serious graphics. So it looks like it still has the similar deck. I'm assuming they improved airflow, maybe? Two-step chimney improving flavor. Okay, yeah, there you go. Nice. And this looks to be pretty beefy. Is this a 24? Man, their page is like really long. 26 millimeter. Okay. 5 mil. It's a big boy. It's a big boy. Okay, where am I at here? Vape tech, LOL. Hey, Ernest. Yes. Tech talk and vaping. That's pretty much that's what it's all about. Yeah, I ended up separating out the Tech Uploaded and ctownvapes thing because some people like both and other people were not so much into the idea of them both being together. So that's kind of how the two separate channels came to be. I'm liking this thing. Considering I just threw a build in there kind of willy-nilly and just kind of went after this with no care. And now I built it. I'm surprised it's going as well as it is. I think we're winding down to four people watching now. Computer is hanging in there. I'm really surprised too. The funny thing is I've got this 4790K with all of this tech in it and like 3 terabyte hard drive and I think a 2 terabyte hard drive and then a 512 SSD and all this stuff, and then the graphics card that's in it is an AMD R270 that I have in there temporarily because I'm waiting to actually switch it out. Eventually I'm going to put a 1070 or 1080 in the X99 build, the Broadwell E. So I'm just kind of got a stopover card in there right now, and it's actually doing just fine for everything but gaming. I took my 970 and actually put it in my home theater PC because I've been being lazy and gaming on the couch a lot. So finally getting down to the point where I can use a controller to be halfway decent in first-person shooters. So now I'm enjoying the couch gaming a little bit more. 60-inch TV, what can I say? It's more enjoyable. I sit in the office doing videos and work emails and stuff like that all day, so it's nice to have the couch gaming. Now it's big tanks. Another RTAs 30 millimeter. Yeah, that's one of those 30 millimeter RTAs I was talking about earlier. I think that actually is the people that make the one I was thinking of. It's got that huge juice well. Yeah, I think it might be, is it the RDTA where it's got the huge ass juice well just below and the wicks just kind of hang down in there? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Because I've seen a review for that. So what else? Any other questions before I go here? It's been fun hanging out with everybody. It's my first live stream on YouTube, so I've now figured it out. Got everything figured out. It wasn't as easy as just clicking stream live. There was definitely some things I had to get situated to actually get this working, so now I know how to do it, so I can do this more often. Yeah, it's massive. Yeah, for sure. Yep, the 30 millimeters for those people that 1 or 2 coils just isn't enough. 4 Claptons or something ridiculous. Oh man, my back's hurting. I've been sitting here It's 5 o'clock now. I think I've been in here since 11 today. I recorded the video for the NZXT Noctis 450 this morning, and then was editing and then doing this. So thanks, Ryan. Yes, I'm enjoying the live stream. It's fun. Never done a live stream before. So like I said, I tried to do it on my other channel with the Facebook live thing, and that didn't work well. That was kind of a disaster. Anytime I got more than like 20 feet away from my router, it said my connection was too weak on my iPhone to keep streaming. So it kind of defeated the purpose. I'd rather just sit here in front of the computer if that's going to be the case, because then I can't really leave the office anyway. Let's see, am I missing anything on my phone right now? I don't think so. No. Nothing earth-shattering, that's for sure. Guess I could check my emails real quick. Thanks, Chris. Was surprised to see the live stream from you. Yes, I was surprised that I was able to get it working. Not gonna lie. Let's see, anything new and exciting in my emails? Nope. Just a bunch of vape junk mail. I'm on too many lists. Too many lists now. Let me see if they have their is this the RDTA? No, it's different. Yeah, I think this must be the 30 millimeter one. No, that's only 22. There's so much crap out there anymore. Oh, they have a coil jig. Interesting. Oh, that looked kind of complicated. Oh, so you can do twisted coils with theirs. Interesting. So theirs is like a step up from the Coil Master. Okay. Nice to talk to you too, Jen. It really is. It's nice having the one-on-one interaction instead of the back and forth in the comments. That is definitely nice. Well, if nobody else has anything else, I think I'm going to cut this short here. Well, not really short. I've been an hour and 7 minutes. So I'm going to go watch some Netflix and probably make a sandwich. And my stomach is gurgling. I'm hungry. So if nobody has anything else, I'm probably going to get rolling. OBS warning: high encoding CPU usage. Yeah, no kidding. I'm compressing a video at 4K. Even though the videos are recorded in 1080, I do put them in 4K when I upload to YouTube, because then they actually look better. It's the way YouTube's compression is a little weird. That's kind of a workaround to get a little better video quality. So, a little pro tip there. Thanks, Ryan. You take care as well. Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you being here in the live stream. We'll definitely have to feature the Mage RTA. Super easy to build, giving me a nice vape, good flavor, and really just super simple. I like that. I like that about you. It's keeping up. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your Tuesday, and I will be back again soon. Talk to you all later.